It was like looking in a mirror. I scanned his face with great precision, familiarizing myself with every scratch, scar, and bump on his face and comparing it with my own. I examined his nose. He had thick nostrils like mine. His eyes had a raccoon-like undershadow, similar to the ones I inherited from my mother. His lips were full and plump, and he had a big smile that reminded me of my happiest moments. I felt him looking back at me. The moment seemed to last forever. It's not where we are, it's where we started. It was my first trip to the Caribbean coast of Colombia when I had an experience that opened my eyes to the complexity of blackness and the beauty of our collective struggle and resilience. My friends and I had just left a bugarenge concert on the beach of Palomino, a small fishing village that couldn't be more different than the New York streets waiting for me back home. I was so focused on getting to the next party, my head was turned as I bumped into a man who literally could have been my brother based on our similar features. Skin, eyes, nose, lips. Finally, I spoke. I said something like, "Hey, you look just like me." But he was still lost in his gaze, just as confused and shocked as I initially was. My anxiety needed to fill his space, so I continued asking his name, but he quickly interrupted in Spanish. "Tú eres mi otro yo." Unable to communicate verbally, the conversation seemed to immediately move into an unexplainable intuition of shared experiences, subconsciously linking us to the past, present, and future all in that moment. It was like a time jump in my brain. I went back in history and could see our ancestors. I could see them walking the western coasts of Africa. Two boys playing. I could hear the drum beats of my heart. We smiled at each other, and I felt the joy you experience only when reconnecting with a distant relative. However, that bliss was abruptly shaken by the vision of our ancestors again. This time I was transported to the ships that brought our ancestors to America as enslaved peoples. I imagined us, two brothers, scared and sick from the choppy waves of the Atlantic, all floated like cattle at different points of our journey. I could see myself painfully in the body of my great-great-grandfathers being auctioned in Virginia. Later, him walking off of the ships in colonial Cartagena. I could feel the chains on our arms holding us apart from embrace. Only in this moment, the chains were invisible, restricting the freedom of our tongues, holding back our ability to communicate through different languages. Tears began building inside me as I thought about the struggle that led us to this exact moment. It made me even more aware of our shared heritage and helped me realize the resilience of our collective experience. I had one more vision, something I seldomly thought about. It's not about where the boat dropped us off, but instead where the boat picked us up. You are my other me.